What's going on, guys? John with Bull-Throttle Trading. Today I just wanted to make a video of me taking a position and kind of riding it out and figuring out what the stock's doing while I'm in it, so you guys can kind of see what it's like live being in a position for a day trade. And I kind of waited a while because, well, you'll see why when I show you the charts. Today's been a weird day with natural gas. It's been very bullish on the day, but it's also been very overbought. So the direction is a little unclear, and it makes things a little bit more risky. So I wanted to take a position in a more difficult time, so to speak, so you guys could kind of see how I react to what the stock is doing, and try not to panic sell and take a loss that maybe isn't necessary, but also being to identify what a stock is doing and when it keeps value and when it loses value. So I'm just going to jump right on in. Play my music. On the screen right now I have DGAS, okay? And DGAS has been bullish on the day, all right? Or I'm sorry, bearish on the day. It's bullish now. But it's been bearish on the day. So we can see it opened up here, and we've been getting these lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then lower highs. And then we started to get these higher lows here, okay? And we had a little push, and then we dropped back down, and we found this support again, all right? So I'm going to draw a line here. So we have this support level right here, okay? Now this is where we'd be wanting to watch and see what was going to happen, because again, we want to wait for confirmation. So as I said, DGAS was bearish on the day. So taking a position here may not have been in your best interest because it was in a downtrend. But we're now seeing we had this huge bearish push up right here, and this just happened within the last couple of minutes here. So we started to see, all right, we're pushing up aggressively. We reached these higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. We're almost back up to where we were on the day, okay? So this is where we want to start paying attention. Again, we don't want to buy here. I know it looks like we're missing out on this huge opportunity, but you wouldn't have been able to buy in knowing that it was going to do this, okay? And it wouldn't have made sense to buy. This is now your confirmation. This is why I always say wait for confirmation. Okay, now we've seen a change in direction. We have this reversal. We got this very bearish just push, all right? And what we're waiting on now is we're waiting for this to bounce, okay? We're waiting to see what high level this hits before it starts selling off again, okay? So we're watching. We've got confirmation that we have a change in direction, okay? But we can see, look how overbought DGAS is right now. Okay, this is why it could absolutely continue to keep uptrending. I do not want to buy into it though, because it is overbought. This is telling me that at any given point, it can turn around and bounce, okay? So we want to wait and see how high this is going to go before it starts to pull back. And then we're gonna look at that pullback, and we're gonna see how far that pullback goes. So we might be finding that resistance level now. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. So, all right, yeah, our previous high on the day was right about here. So we're about 155. It was a little above that. What does that say? 155.63. So that was. Our high on the day was pretty much where this upper VWAP line is, okay? So, again, we're waiting for this bounce. We don't want to buy in right now because, wow, natural gas is still selling off. Okay, so we're reaching this previous resistance point now, okay? So see, look what just happened. We hit this previous resistance point, and now we're starting to bounce, okay? So we had this huge push here, which obviously it would have been great to capitalize on, but it wouldn't have made sense to buy into it yet because we didn't see this reversal. We didn't see these higher highs. We were getting these lower highs and lower lows, Okay, so now that we've identified that now we have these higher highs and we started making the higher lows. So this could have been an indication. It's, you know, some people would have bought in right here when they saw this bounce because there were higher lows, but we didn't get these higher highs yet. So I'm a little more conservative. I did not take a position and ride this up. But now we can see we reached this previous resistance level here, and what happened? We bounced, right? And we could have expected that to do it. Okay, this is, the stock is showing us what kind of movement it has. All right, so now we're seeing this recovery, this pullback now. So we had this aggressive push. All right, so now we're seeing DGAS is starting to sell off, and it's selling off aggressively. Look at this gap that just happened between these two candles. That means it went from here, and then when we switched to the next candle, it didn't continue from this point. It just kept going, and there was this gap here and continued to sell off. Okay, so now this is where we really want to start paying attention. DGAS is overbought right now. We have this high RSI, we're overbought, and we're starting to pull back. Okay, so now we know that the trend is in DGAS's favor. All right, so we're waiting to see where is DGAS going to bounce at, and that's what we want to pay attention to. So I'm going to get ready to buy in, and I'm going to buy in with just 10 shares. I like to keep my position size small, especially because it can continue to pull back. So we're trying to identify this support right here, and we're testing the support, and it looks like we're getting it. So I'm gonna take a position here. Let's see here. See what we're doing here. Yeah, see, this is why we're waiting. Natural gas is starting to push up more, so we haven't established that bouncing point yet. So we're gonna wait and see. This is again why it's good to be patient. You're gonna hear me say that so many times. Be patient. Wait for that confirmation. And again, watch your position size. When you're entering a position, you want to start small. All right, so I'm going to take a position here. All right, so we got in at 151.48. I have 10 shares. We're starting to see this push, okay? So now, this can continue to sell off, and this is why we start with a small position size. If it sells off some more, then I can buy more and average down and then wait for it to bounce back up. But what we're expecting to see is we have these higher highs now, and we're waiting for these higher lows. So, and it's looking like we may have defined them right there at, what is that, 150.21. Okay? So, it's looking like we could start to bounce here. Again, it's not, nothing is guaranteed. It doesn't have to. It can continue to sell off. But we're waiting to see what it's going to do. Now again, I have a small position size. If this does continue to go down, and I start to see a red number here, I'm not going to be too concerned about it because it's going to be a, whoa, look at that. Big drop. All right, so now we've established these newer lows, so now we're waiting to see if we're going to bounce here. We're at this EMA line, so we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Again, this is why it's important to take a small position size. I only have 10 shares. I'm down $27, and we're trying to identify this new support level here. So, we're seeing what this is doing. Alright, we're dropping aggressively again. So we're continuing to drop. Alright. It's looking like we're trying to find a support level here near this VMA, or VWAP line. VMA, buddy. Alright, so, alright, now it looks like we bounced a little bit here. But again, the direction still isn't clear. We can continue to sell off here. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We just broke above the VWAP line for the first time all day today. So it looks like it would make sense that we could possibly see this be a support level now because this was a previous resistance. Old resistances become new supports. Okay, so we're testing this right now. Our position size is still small. We're testing this point and we're waiting to see what's going to happen. As we can see, our RSI, our MACD, we still have room to keep dropping. So we want to wait. I'm looking at natural gas on my other screen and it's testing this point. All right, see, so now we're getting a little bit lower. So we're still selling off. So we haven't quite found that bounce spot yet. And that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're trying to find. We're testing the support level. Still testing. So you can see we're not going below it yet. And we're starting to push up a little bit. And you can see how volatile this is getting. So all day it's been trading way slower than this, see? This is where market opened. We had an aggressive sell-off here. And then it's been slow moving. We had an aggressive sell-off here and a push back. See this recovery? And that's what's happening here. So we had this aggressive push up and now it's pulling back. We're testing this VWAP line. All right. It's looking like we're finding a support here at this middle VWAP. So I'm going to increase my position size by 20 shares and average down. Okay? So now I have 30 shares total and my average price is 149.86. Okay? So now we're watching to see if we're going to continue to bounce here. Now just because I bought in here and it's been staying above this VWAP line doesn't mean it has to continue to stay above the VWAP line. We can still see it sell off more. So we have to pay attention and be ready. Okay, so I'm going to even get a sell order ready. We want to manage our risk. We want to pay attention to what the stock is doing, wait for confirmation. So we're starting to see this consolidation factor now, okay? We found this support a little above the middle VWAP line, and now natural gas is starting to sell off, and we're seeing a rise in D-gas. We've defined that we got these higher lows, higher highs, a change in direction, okay? Let's look again. D-gas has been bearish on the day. It sold off, came all the way down, and pushed right back up to the same level where it opened up at. And then it started to sell off, and we found this support level now at this VWAP, the middle VWAP. Look, all day long, it was trading between the middle and lower VWAP. And every time it hit the VWAP, it bounced below. It would hit this lower VWAP and make its way up. We can see right here, we pushed above the VWAP and hit these same highs as where we opened up. And then we sold off and we found this new support. So now we're confirming that we're now trading between the middle and upper VWAP. And this is indicating an upward trend. So we now have this change in direction. Natural gas is selling off and D-gas is starting to rise. So we took a position size, we started small, and we waited. We thought we had the bounce here, we bought in, it started to come up and then it dropped off more. So we increased our position size here. We bought at a good value. I know now that if D-gas goes below this VWAP line, that it is no longer a value to me. So that's where I'm looking to sell. If it goes below this previous support and we start seeing lower lows, then I do not want to continue to hold D-gas. However, like I said, it's showing me now we busted up to this upper VWAP line, came down to the lower, and now we're slowly starting to build back up. So what I want to see happen is I want to see us continue to start this upward trend and start seeing higher highs. I want to see us get above this upper VWAP line. I want to see us get above this 155 mark. And that's what we're waiting on. This is why it's important to be patient. Again, now imagine if we would have waited and we wouldn't have taken this position size here, and we just continued to wait, and then when it started to bounce here, we took our position size. Our average price would be much, much lower than what it is right now, and our profit loss would be way higher in the green. So this is, again, why it's important to be patient. I did jump into this a little bit early, but again, I started with a small position size so that when it dropped even lower, I didn't lose that much money, and I had more money to buy another position or add to my position, and that's exactly what I did. So now I can see that DGAS is continuing to move in my favor, and we're above the EMA line now. So now I'm going to buy 20 more shares to get me up to 50. Let's do this. Okay, so now we have 50 shares total. And of course now it's starting to drop. Oh boy. Alright, we're still staying above this EMA line. My average price didn't go up that much. I was at 149 and change. Now we're at 150.11, let's call it. Okay. So now once we continue to see that we're staying above this EMA line. If I drop below this EMA line, then I'm probably going to sell some of my position and get a smaller position size again. But as it's continuing to move in my favor, staying above this EMA line, again, we have these higher lows, these higher highs. I want to see this continue to push and get above this previous high. So that's what we're waiting on. Testing this EMA line. Natural gas is staying below it, so DGAS is staying above it, which is what we want. Natural gas is testing. You can see DGAS is getting closer and we're starting to bounce back. So now what we're starting to see here is we got these higher highs, but now we have lower highs. So we want to see this continue to push up. Our momentum is showing us that we're still kind of facing downward, which means we still have room that we could sell back off and get back down to this previous support level. So again, the direction is very unclear today. Natural gas is trading with much more volatility than usual. So we have to be careful. This is why it's important to watch our position sizes. We're breaking below this EMA line, which is telling me that I should probably sell some of my position. We're starting to see this downward trend, and I don't wish to hold it and keep more of these shares as it continues to go down. So I'm waiting to see. It looks like natural gas is starting to sell off. We can see this plateaued. It's not growing anymore. It's not coming back yet. It's staying pretty flat. So we're using the MACD here to show that we're slowing down in momentum. So I don't necessarily want to sell my position yet. Oh, and there we go. Okay, so now we're coming close, and now it would definitely make sense for me to sell part of this position. We haven't got these lower lows yet. So we're going to take the loss. Okay, now are we identifying a new support, a higher low? I'm not sure yet, so that's what we're waiting to find out. Alright, it looks like we did. We started to bounce back up here. Alright, we're testing this EMA line. we can see here, if we're looking at natural gas, again, I can't switch screens, but if we were looking at natural gas, this would be a low, and then this would be a high, and this would be a low, and this would be a high. So our direction is still unclear. Now we're above this EMA line. We're starting to climb back up. Natural gas is testing its VWAP line. I'm going to increase my position size. Alright, now 50 shares again. My average price is $149.65. Alright, so we want to see that it now uses this EMA line as a support. We want to see it start to bounce and start to get these higher highs. See if we can do it. We can see we're losing momentum. Our red bars here are starting to increase. Well, decrease, I guess. It depends on how you look at it. But we saw that we were around this level. They're starting to get shorter. They're starting to get closer to this middle line. Alright, we're seeing a push on D-gas. Moved up a little bit. Still consolidating. Testing this EMA. Yeah, a little bit of a push. Natural gas is testing the support level at the VWAP, the middle VWAP. I'm going to set an alert and see if we break below it. Oh, there it goes. It's already starting to. All right. We're starting to see a push. Natural gas is trading right below that middle VWAP. It may still bounce. We're waiting to see. We're approaching these higher highs here, see? So we want to see it break above this point here, this previous high, and carry up and see if we could get above this previous high. So natural gas is below the middle VWAP now. We can see we're almost there. We're testing this previous resistance. There it goes. Alright, so now we're going to see D-gas push up above. There it goes. Alright, so now we've got these higher highs. And we can see here we had higher lows. Not by much, but we did. So now we're getting this big push on D-gas. So we want to see natural gas continue to sell off. We want to see D-gas get these higher highs. So we want to see it push above this 155 mark. We're now trading in the trend. Okay, we waited for this reversal. Again, we waited to establish this support point. We made a couple of mistakes. I did. And that's okay. I mean, again, nobody's a perfect trader. But this is why we practice. We want to take advantage of these situations. Wait for the opportunity to present itself. Wait for that confirmation. See, now we can see that D-gas is starting to push up. We're going to try to get these higher highs now. So let's get this strong push. I'm going to get a sell order ready to lock in my profits. Okay. So we're getting this push. I'm going to set an alert on natural gas to see if it goes below this previous low. And again, we'll see lower lows on natural gas, which would mean higher highs. So this is the point that I'm talking about on natural gas. This is the lower low. So we're trying to get lower than that, which is higher on D-gas. So I'm sorry if that's confusing. I know I can't change my screen here. But that's what we're looking for. So it looks like we're starting to slow down. We're getting on that oversold side. We're still pushing though, so we're still going to keep holding. Let's see, what are we doing here? Testing this, all right, we're pushing. Natural gas is selling off. Let's see if we can get above this previous high. All right, another strong push. Natural gas is selling off. We're approaching this previous, oh, okay, we're starting to see a little bounce. All right. There's a lot of buyers on natural gas right now. Oh, and there's just as many sellers now, so looks like we might be slowing down our momentum here. Let's see, can we continue to keep pushing? Will natural gas continue to sell off? Let's see. Looks like natural gas is consolidating a little bit right now. All right, there's a little bit of a push. Natural gas is selling off. We're approaching these previous lows on natural gas, so we're getting close to these previous highs on D-gas. So we want to see this break above and get these higher highs. Can we do it? Let's be patient. Let's wait. Let's see what it's going to do. As I said, we're looking at the RSI. We are very overbought. So we don't want to be too greedy. It's getting close to time to lock in our profits here. All right, we're pushing. We're testing this previous resistance level now. We're trying to break above. Very over. Okay, there it goes. All right, so we now got higher highs for a second there. Let's see, will it push back up? I think it's going to. Let's see. So we're right around this same resistance point. All right. Looks like we might be slowing down our momentum a little bit. So this might be a good time to lock in our profits. Let's see what it's going to do. Alright, it's starting to reverse. So I'm going to lock in profits here. Okay, so we ended up with 241.70 on the day. So not a bad trade. But again, I wanted to give you guys an idea of waiting for that opportunity. This is why it's important to be patient. Oh, and look at that. Now that I sold off, let's see. Watch, it's going to get higher highs now, which is fine. That's okay. Again, this is why it's important to lock in your profits. I'm up $241.70 on D-gas on the day. I am also up on U-gas. I would switch over to that, but again, I don't want to ruin the quality of the video because once I do that, it gets choppy. So I need to get a better computer. So I apologize for that. But I think now I don't remember. I think I was up $69 on U-gas. So 69 plus 241. I'm about $310 on the day right now. So I still have some time before the market closes to try to get to my $500 a day goal. But I'm going to end the video here. And again, I hope this provided value in helping you guys find opportunities of when to enter and when to exit a trade. Again, I am much more on the conservative side of trading. I try to be very conservative. I try to keep things very tight. I don't like to risk a lot. And as I said, this is waiting for an opportunity. You can see why it's important to be patient. And I hope that, again, this provides value to you guys. And please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. You subscribing to my channel helps support me and be able to continue to make more videos like this and help you guys with your trading experience. So on that, I'm going to end here on a green note, and I hope you guys all do the same. Bye.